Guys, I'm going to try my best to speed run ClickOps, a typical enterprise integration between AWS resources and an enterprise OAuth provider like Okta or something like that. So you have Okta here where your users are kept and you want to configure Cognito to fetch your user information so they can authenticate there, and then they are eventually mapped to some AWS resource. So a user from your web app can access, I don't know, it's the S3 bucket or something like that. So let's go. Let's go. First off, confusingly, there's a couple of different. We can use Cognito, and I think there's two different things like identity pools and user pools. We're going to create a user pool. Okay. Federated identity provider. The next confusing thing, okay, you want username and email. Click that. Don't click SAML. You want OpenID Connect. Next. Now asking you about password thing. I usually just take off the special character thing because it trips up some or password suggestions on my thing. Then we don't need NFA for this demo. We can just leave it at defaults. We don't need self-registration because actually we're using Okta here to keep everything. We just make that a little bit bigger. We can roll with the defaults. We send email with Cognito because I just cannot be bothered to set up SES. And then we should set up the Okta OICD thing, but we won't do that right now because they both need things. So let's give it a name. Let's call it Henry Test. And once a domain, let's call it Henry Test. Now wants to set up an app client. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I think I'm going to just click next. Oh, it wants me to set up a. Okay, fine. Okay, confidential client. Okay, we're essentially. I think here we're setting up. What are we setting up here? We're setting up OAuth tools here. So let's go OAuth tools. OAuth tools. Generate. Now this is where I struggle a little bit, and I will need to OAuth tools callback. So this allows the callback to work. And otherwise we can just roll with the defaults. Yabba yabba yabba. Go. Cool. So we have a Cognito sort of endpoint here. We have the app integration, OAuth tools. And now we need to set up OIDC. Okay, great. So to set up OIDC, first we need to set up Okta. Ooh, let's set up Okta. So inside Okta, we set up application. Application is in fact for Cognito here. So it's a little bit confusing, the terminology. Let's set up OIDC Connect. Let's set up web application. That just means that we're going to have a client ID and secret. That's the easiest way to do it. And I'm going to put Cognito here. And I think we want to click client credentials and then sign it in. We need to, I think, choose something like this. I don't know where you get this URL from. I'm just copying it into my notes. This is a speed run after all. We can skip this and then we can go save. All right. So we now have the client ID and the secret that we need to configure the identity provider with. So click that. And then we go Okta. And then we copy in this thing. And then we copy in this thing. Yeah. Usually I put email as well as OpenID. Ideally, I would like to do groups, the groups from here, but I've yet to figure out how to do that. If someone knows, comment below. You can leave the rest pretty much empty. Oh, the issuer URL. This is where I also kind of just struggle a little and I have to look at how I've done this before, it is basically this part. And then okta.com/oauth2/default. Okay, this is so easy, right? And then let's go. Oh, no match is found. Huh. Email not in here? Okay, whatever. Yeah. Okay, now we have configured Okta. We've configured the app. So let's go back to the app. And this is our domain here. Right. Okay, now it gets a little bit tricky, but I need to go into OAuth tools and set this up now. Settings. So the metadata URL is actually all Cognito. So we need to go that, and we need to choose the user pool ID. All right. Let's go. Discover, and now that should be able to fill in all that other stuff. Great, that's done. Now, oh, we haven't configured the client ID. So this is where we go to the app integration of Cognito, and we pull out the client ID from this thing. Boing. And the password, the secret. Boing. And then we enable that for client flow. Okay, now that should work. So let's go for oh, no. Let's start the flow, code flow, choose that, what we just set up. Again, OpenID and email. I don't know how to do groups, answers below. I pick these, I think, for an extra security type thing. And with any luck, this should now, oh, we haven't done something quite important. We need to go into application, and we need to assign a user to here. We need to put assign, yeah. So this makes sure that Okta knows to authenticate my user when we try to authenticate via it. So so this starts the flow. We run. That's incorrect. I'm authenticating with Cognito. I need to change that. We need to go into we need to go into here, edit. You can see here that authentication flow. No. Where is this set up now? See, it's authenticating the Cognito user pool. Yes, the Cognito can authenticate you, but we want to use Okta. Yes, we don't need that. If anyone knows how to do Okta groups, please let me know. Okay, now we should be good. Okay, let's go back. Now it should redirect me to Okta with any luck. Didn't work. In case you have weird errors like this, I usually go into here and try to nuke any settings that we may have. Let's try that again. Aha. Yes. I don't know what my password is. Hopefully. Now we go back to Cognito. Right. Now we got the, now we're authenticated here. And now we can redeem the code. So now we have the JOT to basically access AWS resources. And inside this JOT, hold on one second, Bob. Inside this JOT should have all the Okta information. See, it has the Cognito groups, but it doesn't have any of the groups from here. I'm not too sure how to do that. But you see, that's the speed run. Hopefully that was good for you. Let me get back to my children. And if you know better, comment below